All right, now for a dose of fashion news to end the show. I'm joined here in our studio by Danny Zakon. Danny is working here in Israel to raise awareness about sustainable fashion, really to make consumers think about all of the unnecessary clothes and accessories they purchase every month. Danny, tell us more about kind of the background to the website Marrakesh, what it's about, and the goal that you're trying to reach.
Sure. So the background of Marrakesh actually stems from my experience as a marine biologist. I became fed up with dealing with ocean pollution, and I wanted to figure out a more effective way. So I started looking at other sectors to see which ones were contributing the most to water pollution. And it turns out the fashion industry, in addition to being the second largest polluting industry after oil, is responsible for 20% of Earth's water pollution.
And how is that? Because of all the chemicals that are going into making clothes and dyeing clothes and all that stuff?
Sure. So the fashion industry is inherently unsustainable at every link, from production, the amount of water it takes to grow cotton. It takes 20,000 liters of water for one pair of jeans, to the chemical intensive dyeing and manufacturing of leather and other fabrics. And then even more so, once the consumers actually get the products in their home, the washing of the products releases 25% of the fashion industry's carbon footprint. People don't realize that you only need to wash your clothes at 30 degrees, and that will make a huge reduction in the carbon footprint.
The idea of the carbon footprint and the pollution, especially water pollution, is this an international problem? Is it being felt here in the Middle East and the Mediterranean? Is it only home to one area, though?
Excellent question. So as soon as any pollution enters into the waterways due to the currents of the ocean, it becomes a global problem. So even though a lot of manufacturing is happening in India and Africa, you see the results of it all over the world.
And so tell us about Marrakesh, what the website does.
So Marrakesh is a marketplace, which means we connect sellers and buyers. So similar to the platform Etsy, which is peer-to-peer, anyone from students, mothers, or more established brands can open up a shop in our platform.
So it's kind of, yeah, like you mentioned the idea behind Etsy, but this is really to promote sustainable fashion. So you went from being, your background's in marine biology as a scientist to kind of become a fashionista. How was that transition here in Israel?
So that's been really interesting. I think that a lot of concepts in ecology kind of tie into business, and ultimately a marketplace is beautiful because it's just like an ecosystem. You're using diversity in that you have sellers from all around the world, and collaboration, which is exactly what you need in a thriving ecosystem.
Is Marrakesh, is it doing well here in Israel? Are you getting a big feedback from this region?
Yeah, so there's a lot of local designers in Israel, specific to ethical fashion, of course, but we're actually focusing on the US market. And so we've gotten a lot of great feedback also from South America and Scandinavian countries as well, because these are kind of the pioneering countries for ethical and sustainable
fashion. So what's the next step? Keep it growing, keep getting people on board, spread the message of this?
Exactly. I think consumer awareness is first. A lot of people buy organic foods, they bike to school or to work, but they don't actually realize the clothes they're wearing also have a big impact. So once you educate consumers, then they really start to look online for sustainable fashion, which it's hard to find right now. So we're hoping that Marrakesh can put sustainable fashion at the forefront of the market, make it accessible to people everywhere.
All right, Danny Zakon, Marrakesh, check out the website. We had some footage, of course, on the screen there. Thanks so much for being with us, explaining the background here on Daily Dose. And that is it for today's show. Thank you guys at home for getting your daily dose of news with me as we explored the big headlines and the breaking news from around the world, with some pop culture, fashion, and entertainment mixed in there as well. And we'll do it again tomorrow for another Daily Dose. Have a great day.